the small forward position. At 6'7", number 42, Kawhi Leonard.
Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Tim Legler, along with our reporter, Allie LaForce. Chance now to take a look at some of the steal numbers over the scope of the last few months for Kawhi Leonard.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
Here are the five for the Raptors. In at the forwards, Ingram and Barnes. White is out there with Barrett. And it's Towns in at the five for the 76ers. In the backcourt, we'll see Maxey and Edgecombe. Paul George is out there with Nurkic, and it's Leonard in at the three. Oh, there's hope in the smell of hardwood in the air, Tim, which means it's time to tip off a new NBA season.
Yeah, Kevin, the excitement is in the air because it counts starting tonight. We heard all the previews, new faces, new places. We're through the preseason. Now we finally get to see how it's going to play out.
So glad you've joined us. This is going to be a lot of fun.
It is great to be here, Kevin. Can't wait.
And so it's the Raptors getting on the board first. From deep, Maxey. It's rebounded by Towns. Outside, White. Pass to Barrett. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. White finds Towns. Shoots over Nurkic. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The offensive skill set for Karl Anthony Towns, Greg is a 7-footer, is very special, to say the least.
The outstanding shooting, the post play, and he's worked on his defense. He may never be elite at that end, but he ignites an offense.
The free throw drops for Towns. And Tim, of the teams that were not in the playoffs or even in the play-in last season, you can make a case the Raptors among many teams that have a lot of potential to get there this year.
Yeah, I agree, and you could also put the Spurs in that conversation too. But if you're just looking at the East, the Raptors could easily climb back into relevance as their young talent develops. A big man with a nice shooting stroke. You'll love to see it.
Maxey passes to Nurkic. Takes it off the glass.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
And stolen by Maxey. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. 6 to shoot. And it's White with the rebound. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. It's a 3-point game. Pass to Towns. Nobody near Barnes. Good, and the assist goes to Towns.
And you do have to take Barnes seriously enough from the arc. He trusts his shot from there more and more.
Now here's Leonard. There's the triple. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Barrett against Maxey. Here's White. And a miss there on the triple.
You have to defend the three-point line. They got lucky he missed that one.
Leonard kicks to Maxey. And And sent back by White.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Barnes the screen. White the pass to Barrett. Now Barnes. Towns wide open. Drills it from outside. Towns has got 5 now.
And how about the confidence right there? Towns feeling like he can shoot whenever and wherever he wants.
Back to Maxey from downtown. Rebound by the Raptors.
Well, he is fighting through it right now, still looking to get his first make of the quarter, but it's been an ugly start.
Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
They're firing on all cylinders, executing the game plan coming in.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Some changes for Philadelphia. Andre Drummond's checked in for Nurkic. Quentin Grimes comes in for Edgecombe. And Kyle Lowry subbed in for Maxey. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Grimes passes to Lowry. Leonard inside. Dick defending. Leonard no luck.
Well, the defense was solid right there, but that's just a missed opportunity at the rim.
Towns a screen on George.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Here's Murray Boyle. It's Drummond with the rebound. The 76ers trail by 11. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Earlier, I spoke with Nick Nurse. We talked about the matchup issues that Karl-Anthony Towns creates for defenses. Coach said the combination of size and skill make Cat a tough cover. If you put a center on him, he can beat them with his quickness or his perimeter game. And if you put a wing on him, he can overpower them in the post. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Allie.
And he can't let that get to him. He should have made it, but he's got to focus on the next one.
And in terms of efficiency, Greg, very little has changed with Kawhi Leonard.
In multiple years, he's been close to making the 50-40-90 club. A high-usage player who gets to his spots and also takes great care of the ball.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes.
Coming on the court, here's Victor D&T.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Arlo's checked in, and it's Edwards in for Leonard. And Toronto also making a switch. Mamu Kelishvili is checked in. .109 left to play in the first. Here's Shed. He has yet to score. To the inside. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. And now it's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best fast break teams from a season ago. In fourth, the Raptors.
I mean, it's a crowd-pleasing style, right? I mean, this club just got out and ran at every possible chance.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Maxey's checked in. The Raptors also with a sub. Ingram's checked in. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Also, the ball handler needs to wait until the screener's feet are set.
Here's Murray Boyle. Pass to Shed. Lets the three fly. Barlow grabs the rebound. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game. Grimes passes to Barlow. Now Grimes. For three. He's off on that one. Ingram outside. that time from Edwards. And so it's the Toronto Raptors ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their defense has been active and effective. We've got more in store for you right after this. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Toronto.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
And their ball movement has been next level. When your team is playing unselfishly like this, that is tough to beat.
They've got Drummond. Quentin Grimes out there with Maxey. Then there's Edwards. And it's Barlow in at the four-man position. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. And that one's good. Ingram.
This is why they will go to him often. He's going to take and make shots.
And you think about the style of Sixers head coach Nick Nurse. Greg, what stands out to you?
He just has a willingness to experiment and adapt. That's a real asset with some of the challenges this roster has faced. And a big part of why this front office brought him in.
Here's Walter. Last game he had 13. Lots of room. Barlow grabs the rebound. The 76ers trail by 9. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Well, you got to love Maxey taking what the defense gives him. If the mid-range opens up for him, he's going to let it fly.
Here's Murray Boyle. Still without a basket. It's Ingram on the wing. Here's Walter. That one's in. His first shot this game.
Yeah, and they're shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Kawhi Leonard, he's checked in for the 76ers. Towns, he's checked in for Toronto. Dick comes in for Walter. And it's Maxey with the ball for the 76ers. They trail by 9 points. Pass to Leonard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Doesn't go that time. Some solid defense from Ingram. Here's Shed. Last time out he had 14 points. Towns, a screen on Maxey. Ingram against Maxey. Lets it go from the wing. Rebound Andre Drummond. Drummond's got his 4th rebound in this one. Maxey against Ingram. That one's good, and the Raptor lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket for Maxey. Another young rising player in this league who's learning as he goes along is Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah, he continues to get more responsibility on his plate, and I think as he starts to embrace that leadership role a little bit more and become more vocal, I think then you're going to start to see Philly really do some great things. Yeah, maturing before our eyes.
Here's Ingram after the Sixers pick up 2. Outside, Towns. Towns sets the pick for Ingram. Back to Towns. Launches it. Tyrese Maxey grabs the miss. The 76ers trail by 7. Outside Leonard. Kawhi tangles him up inside.
Tough buckets inside are nothing new to Kawhi. Having a hand in his face only sharpens the focus.
Ingram outside. Pass to Towns. Back to Ingram. Ingram, and stolen by Leonard. Maxey on the wing. Back to Leonard. Now Grimes. That falls. Nice speed that time from Leonard. And now just a 2-point Raptor lead. And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Here on the 2K leaderboard are the rebounding leaders from a season ago. Second, Karl Anthony Towns.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
1:33 left in the second quarter. Pass to Barnes. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Lawson dishes to Barrett. Towns sets the pick for Barrett. And Towns the bucket on the assist from Barrett. Barrett's got 3 assists tonight.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Now, here's George. It's good.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Outside, Barrett. Back to White. Pass to Towns. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic. And last season, Vince Carter became the first player ever to have his jersey retired, Tim, by the Raptors.
So well deserved. And look, prime Vince Carter is exactly the kind of player Toronto is still looking for. A 3-level elite scorer.
First one falls for him. And the Sixers last season, Tim, winning less than half as many games as had been projected.
Well, the injury bug completely derailed their season. And by the tail end of that year, a low win total was actually in their best interest because they were trying to ensure they retained their top 6 protected pick.
And the Raptors making a change here. Mamu Kelishvili is checked in.
And that's about what we expect. He's been excellent from the line tonight.
Leonard against Barnes. Nurkic a screen on Barnes. And finished off by Nurkic.
And uses balance along with fluidity to finish at the rim. Nurkic is a unique big.
Outside, Barrett. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Jacks up a 3. And it's Mamu Kelishvili missing. Here's Edgecombe. Tight covering. Nurkic setting the pick for Edgecombe. Pass to George. 2 on the clock. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Toronto ahead. They lead by 2. And Allie LaForce has got something now for us from the floor. Allie, take it away.
I'm here with Nick Nurse, and Coach, I saw you imploring your team to pick it up. Where do you need to be better in the second half?
Well, we're not very good offensively right now. I think we're taking some okay shots, but we got to be a little bit more patient and keep moving it around a little bit. Need multiple paint touches rather than just one. So we just got to do a little bit better job of getting off it and relocating a little bit.
Patience is a virtue. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Allie. Much appreciated. Halftime now, and we'll be back to get the third quarter underway in just a moment.
Welcome, one and all. Before we hear Kenny and Shaq's insights on that first half, let's look ahead and check out the upcoming schedule.
Looking at Philadelphia, you really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have big changes, and then you have subtle changes. Everything in preparation for this moment.
And fellas, bringing it back to our main matchup here. Through the first half, Karl Anthony Towns has been getting it done.
He's in the mood offensively, carving up the defense like Kenny carves up that tofurkey on Thanksgiving.
Tofurkey.
Yeah, that's like tofu and turkey mixed together. I can't lie, I get into that.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Karl Anthony Towns has been sensational.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
And you are going to see this defense now switch things up against him, but he has the skill set to counter that.
Here's Edgecombe. Scoreless thus far. So for Toronto right now, perimeter pairing Barrett and Ingram. Towns is out there with Barnes, and it's White in at the point guard position. Now here's Maxey. Pass to Nurkic for the tie, and it's good on the layup. Nurkic has got the game tied up here for Philadelphia. And Greg is a former point guard in this league. Give us your top floor generals of all time. The guys that could direct the floor and could control a game.
Wow. If we're talking traditional point guards, I got to go Magic, Isaiah, CP3's in that conversation, Jason Kidd. But I've got a separate list for that hybrid point guard, right? Which that includes guys like Steph and Iverson, West, and the great Oscar Robertson.
Maxey, no good. Raptors leading by 3. And White kicks to Barrett. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Well, that ball was in and out of the hands of R.J. Barrett so quickly. He did not give the defense any time to react.
Now here's Leonard. And here's Maxey outside. That shot off. Out to White. Fires the 3. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
And sometimes that's all you need to do to force that miss.
Maxey with it. White covering. Pass to Edgecombe. Shot clock at 5. From deep. And the 3 ball is good. Edgecombe's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And it's Barnes with the ball for the Raptors. And for over a decade in the NBA, Greg, Paul George was as scary a wing as you'd find.
Man, a two-way terror with elite size and athleticism. The Sixers paid him hoping for more of the same. But can he hold off Father Time?
And it's Ingram missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Pass to Maxey. 76ers moving the ball around. Barrett against Leonard. Kawhi confident inside.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Outside, White. And here is Ingram. Barnes outside. A 3 off the mark.
Yeah, so many times we will see shooters of any caliber miss that wide open 3.
No one near Maxey as he lets it fly. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's big for Tyrese Maxey's confidence when he's connecting from that deep because he is a volume shooter from the three-point line.
Now here's Ingram. 8 points for him. Banked in off the glass. Ingram's got 10 points in the game.
Yeah, I love that. He comes off the pick and takes it right to the hole.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Making a switch here. And while we can, here's a look at the teams that had the fastest hands in the league last season. 5th on the list, the 76ers.
You could tell by watching them how much they enjoyed playing defense. They seem to have an endless reserve of energy flying around and pressuring the basketball.
On defense, the Raptors. Now Leonard. Maxey with the screen on Ingram. Here's Leonard. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got 5 rebounds tonight. Pass to Shed. Ingram deciding where to go with it. 6 on the shot clock. It falls for his 5th field goal tonight. Now shooting 5 for 8.
That is strong. Ingram taking it right to the defense.
Leonard the pass to Barlow. Leonard on the wing. He's covered by Ingram. Leonard against Ingram. And it's Leonard missing.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Pass to Murray Boyle. Here's Shed. Still scoreless. Shot from 12. Towns, no luck. The 76ers have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Here's Murray Boyle. Good on the three-point shot. Murray Boyles has got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, the defense was a little soft right there, and it made it a practice shot.
Leonard the bounce pass. Here's Grimes, and right away they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Grimes has got 6. Outside, Towns. Pass to Shed. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Down low. Three-pointer. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Raptors lead by 2. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Well, the vision, the placement of the pass, and then the timing. You just can't do it any better.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. We've got Tyrese Maxey. He's out there with Quentin Grimes. Edwards is out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Barlow in at the power forwards position. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. For 3, Edwards. Toronto grabs the miss. They've led by as many as 11 points. Here's Shed. Pass to Murray Boyle. Here's Ingram. There's the pick. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Ingram's got 9 points now in just the second hit. And Drummond throws it down.
Once Drummond gets the ball there, you can kiss it goodbye.
Ingram outside. Launches a 3. Tyrese Maxey grabs the miss. 76ers trailing. It's Edwards on the wing. Maxey passes to Barlow. To the middle. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Offensive rebound. And it's Drummond with the jam.
And that's 280 pounds crashing the glass. Drummond bullying his way there on that second chance bucket.
And Darko Rajakovic calls timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. The 76ers making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. The Raptors making a switch here. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Over that last break, guys, I got a chance to hear what Darko Rajakovic said to the team. Coach had a clear message for his team. He said, quote, "Let's finish the job out there. It's ours for the taking if we can just get it done." So it sounds like he's hoping they can close out this game strong, guys.
Okay, Allie, thank you. Here's Dick. Out to the wing. It's stolen by Edwards. Here's Grimes to take the lead. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Towns has got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Ingram and slams up by Ingram.
Well, he comes out and puts his toe in the water, and when he gets hot, he keeps his foot on the accelerator.
Maxey passes to Leonard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. GA now in year 3 under Darko Rajakovic. The Raptors are staying the course.
And his contract runs through next season, and he's all in on developing these young players and getting the best out of them.
And the first one drops.
Known for his incredible defense, Leonard's huge hands and timing really helped make an impact on that end.
And the 76ers with some changes. Nurkic checked in for Andre Drummond. Paul George comes in for Edwards. And it's Edgecombe in for Quentin Grimes. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And a guy any team would love to have. The quiet confidence of Kawhi has worked throughout his career.
Pass to Barnes. Stolen by George. Outside, Maxey. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Just 5 on the clock. To take the lead, White with the defensive effort. The Raptors have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Ingram against Leonard. Barrett outside. Launches it. 3. Good.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and hitting them up.
Now Nurkic.
Just a load. I mean, at 7 feet, Nurkic also moves well, and that combo gets him to the line a bunch.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
And they're playing beautiful basketball right now, racking up the assists by playing so unselfishly, just finding the open man.
And we should also mention their work on the perimeter. They have found quality looks from deep, and they have knocked them down.
You know, it took Nurkic a while to kind of establish himself as a starting center in the NBA, but it didn't take long to see it's a role he deserves.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
Yeah, being down 2 points instead of 1 thanks to the free throw miss makes getting a stop here absolutely critical. Showing no hesitation, and in a huge moment, Kawhi wants the ball when they need a bucket.
Now here's Towns. Outside, White takes the 3. Nurkic there for the rebound. For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. And it's Barnes with the ball for the Raptors. Now Towns. It misses. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. Outside George. And stolen by Barnes. Ingram against Leonard. And he misses the J. And they're in position to take the lead.
And how big would a bucket be at this stage of the game?
George. Well, Paul George understands how to draw contact on his way to the rim. He earns a trip to the line.
Third team foul. At the line for your Sixers, Paul George. Taking 2 shots.
He drops the first one. That gives them the lead.
Well, look, he might not quite be the player he once was, but make no mistake about it, Paul George on any given night can go out there and take over a game.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a two-point ball game.
Yeah, a lot of pressure in this situation. Not easy to convert those free throws.
Leonard against Ingram. Lets loose a three. Nurkic's there for the rebound. Philadelphia's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Toronto's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Ingram against Leonard. Ingram outside. Puts one up from 19. Does not go. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. George. Rebounded by Town. And Gorko Rajakovic calls timeout. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. And talking about the approach now, what are they looking at?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
Well, there's no room for error here. They need to draw up something that they can execute quickly.
Greg, they're sharing the ball tonight, mesmerizing.
Everyone's getting to touch it, and everyone's contributing.
Now here's White. So it's the 76ers taking the win in a close game. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
Now we have a moment to go courtside. Allie LaForce has got something for us.
Kawhi, that was a thrilling matchup tonight. What does it mean to pull out a close game like this?
It's great because we're trying to build. We're doing it too late. In the fourth quarter, we're playing hard, making shots, but we got to start off early. Too many mistakes in the first half. We end up closing it down in the fourth quarter, though.
When it mattered the most. Thanks, Kawhi. Back to you guys.
Terrific, Allie. Thanks. And that about wraps it up. Along with Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you once again for being with us here tonight on 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.